Speaker. I rise to speak to the amendment in my name, New Clause 156. Madam Deputy Speaker, I bring this amendment forward today because of Isabella. Isabella is a 14-year-old girl. She lives in my constituency, and in May this year, Isabella was hanging out with friends in Lyme Regis when she was lured to the cemetery. A group of young people were waiting. One of them had their phone out and was already filming her arrival. Moments later, another girl, a girl Isabella knew, launched a brutal assault. Her head was smashed against a concrete step. She was stamped on. She was kicked in the face again and again. While Isabella was being attacked, no one stopped to help. Instead, they stood by and they filmed. They laughed and they demanded to be sent the video. The attack was premeditated, but so too was the filming. The recording began before Isabella even arrived. It was not taken to provide evidence or to expose wrongdoing. It was taken deliberately in order to broadcast her humiliation and glorify the violence. I have seen this video, Madam Deputy Speaker. It is horrific. Isabella's mother has seen this video. Her friends have seen this video. Hundreds, possibly thousands of people have seen this video because it was intentionally and maliciously circulated on social media and in private WhatsApp groups in schools across West Dorset. Children who were not there, who do not even know Isabella, saw her brutal attack play out on their phones. The violence didn't stop when the attack ended. It was shared, it was forwarded, it was replayed, it was whispered about. Isabella's attacker was charged with actual bodily harm. She received anger management classes and a 6-month restraining order. A 6-month restraining order. This was bad enough. But the people who filmed it walked away entirely unpunished. The filming had started before the attack occurred. They knew the attack was coming. They planned to film it, and then they proceeded to share the video while laughing. They did not walk away unpunished because there was no proof of what they did. The video was the proof. But because our law does not yet recognise this specific, premeditated, deeply harmful behaviour as the offence it should be. That is why I believe New Clause 156 is so important. The new Clause 6 seeks to create a specific offence for premeditated filming and distribution of violent acts with the intent to humiliate, distress and psychologically harm the victims. It recognises what too many families already know, that this is not about a punch thrown or a kick delivered. It is about the deliberate choice to film violence, to broadcast it, to humiliate the victim repeatedly for an audience that grows with every share, every click, every forwarded message. We are not talking about evidence or journalism, about someone capturing wrongdoing to expose it. New Clause 156 makes it very clear there is an explicit safeguard in this amendment to protect public interest journalism and for footage being used as evidence. But where there is premeditation, where someone knowingly films or broadcasts an attack with the intent to amplify the victim's humiliation, that behaviour must face consequences. Isabella's case is not an isolated one. I will give way.
I thank him for giving way, and he is speaking with great passion about his constituent. Yesterday evening, Madam Deputy Speaker, I held a round table with parents in my constituency talking about mobile phone use in schools. One of the parents was a GP, and she spoke about how children who have been subject to these attacks have come to her surgery saying that they're contemplating suicide because of what they've faced. So does he agree that this goes well beyond just mere humiliation? It goes to some of the worst kind of mental health problems our young people could face?
Thank the honourable gentleman for his intervention, and I agree the lasting psychological damage, we do not fully understand this at this moment, especially as this is a growing problem. I've received further letters from other people telling me that similar incidents have happened in other schools, in other towns, in other playgrounds, and nationally this problem is rising. According to the Youth Endowment Fund's 2024 survey, 70% of young people reported seeing real-world violence online in the past year, and that most of that footage was fights involving young people. This is happening in our communities right now, and the law is failing to keep pace. Our children already face enormous pressures from social media, from online bullying, from apps designed to capture their attention and expose them to content far beyond their years. As parents, we do our best to protect them, but we cannot be everywhere. We have a duty to put proper deterrents in place where social media companies have continually failed us. We have a duty to send a clear message that this behaviour is unacceptable, it is dangerous, and that it will not go unpunished. I will leave you with the words of Isabella's mother, Sarah. I have to live with the flashbacks of watching my daughter being beaten. But I also have to live with the knowing that this video will be forever available on social media. On behalf of Sarah, on behalf of Isabella, I hope the government will support a change to the law so that something positive can come of Isabella's experience.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and can I pay tribute to the speech that we've just heard for the member from West Dorset and advocating for NC 156. He's such a powerful advocate for the horrific things that happen to his constituent. Thank you for that. And I rise to speak in support